Hey guys, how have you been? This time I would like to take you guys to go scuba diving with me in the Galapagos Islands. So the video is divided into two chapters. The first chapter it's about exploring the Galapagos Islands, and then the second one it's about the scuba diving experiences. So what makes Galapagos so special? Well, there are so many reasons. First of all, this archipelago it's actually a chain of volcanic islands that sits in the Pacific Ocean about 500 miles off of the coast of Ecuador. And the island is situated at a point where three ocean currents collide, and this itself creates such a rich ecosystem. In addition, the islands are so far enough to where the plant and animal species cannot migrate, and over time, they start to adapt and become endemic to that specific island. Okay then, so for chapter 1, let's go explore two Galapagos Islands. So now, the first island that we are going to explore, it's called Santa Cruz. So Santa Cruz is actually not the biggest islands in the Galapagos archipelago. However, this island is actually the most inhabited, and this is where you would expect to see most of the tourists. One of the most remarkable things about the Galapagos Islands is that when you are strolling around the town, you can see wild animals such as like sea lions, pelicans, boobies, and so many more that are so comfortable around humans. If you go to the northern part of the island, you will come to this ranch called El Chato. It is where you can see the giant tortoises that are endemic to the Santa Cruz Island. Even though the tortoises can roam around freely on the island, it's better for them to be protected, especially from the vehicles on the roads. So some known facts about the giant tortoises: they can live up to 100 years in the wild and 177 years in captivity. So the archipelago got its name by the Spanish explorer in the 16th century after the Spanish word Galapago, which means the tortoise. So now, let's go explore another island. It's called San Cristobal. To be honest, I love this island so much because it is very beautiful and it's also less touristy. The best way to explore this island is very easy. You can just walk along the boardwalk and go from one end to the other and check out all the various things along the way, like the Museum of the Military. And if you don't know yet, this island is actually where Charles Darwin first landed in 1835. Something else really interesting in Galapagos is the three endemic species of boobies. There are bluefoot, redfoot, and the Nazca booby. And by the way, if the town is really quiet, just check the restaurants. There might be soccer games going on. Just a little bit outside of the city, you can actually go on a hike that goes in a loop, and you get to see so many places. And the first one, it is the Interpretation Center. Right here, there's so much information for you to learn about the Galapagos archipelago in terms of the endemic species, history, geography. And on top of that, there is Palo Santo trees just right along the trail. Right behind the Interpretation Center, there is a lookout point, and from there you get to see the Kicker Rock. And so this little place for swimming right here, it's a great one for snorkeling, and some people actually saw some baby sharks. And just right above that snorkeling place, there's the statue of Mr. Charles Darwin. Last stop in the loop is this beautiful Point Carola beach, and this beach is great for sunset and also just surrounded by sea lions, and apparently it's also a known place for surfing. If you come during the day, and if you are lucky, you might get to see the marine iguanas. So as you're walking back toward town, don't forget to stop by this old port. It has such a nice view of San Cristobal. There is also another beach that is really close to town, about 10 minutes, called Playa Man, and it's very popular with tourists because it is a great place for sunset and also to be surrounded by sea lions. If you want to get out of town a little bit, you can go on a day tour that will get you to 3 different places. The best way to do it, just hire a driver. It costs about $60 and the whole tour takes about 4 to 5 hours. The first stop on the island, it's El Junco Crater. So this crater itself is really special because it is the only permanent freshwater source in Galapagos. As you hike around the crater, you get to see frigate birds preening, so basically they are cleaning their feathers. Second stop on the tour, it is at this nature reserve called Galapagos de Cerro Colorado. It's essentially a reserve for the tortoise that is endemic to San Cristobal, and it's also a breeding grounds and an education center. The last stop on the tour, it's at this very beautiful beach called Porto Chino. I would have to say it's actually one of the most beautiful beaches in Galapagos. And with that said, apparently you can race with the sea lions and they just coming up from the water really fast, and you can also get an up-close picture of the blue-footed boobies. Alright my beautiful divers, we are now in chapter 2. This is about the liveaboard that I went on called CALIPSO. I went from the 21st of November to the 28th of November. And feel free to take screenshots of all of the list of dive sites and also the map of the dive sites. The liveaboard leaves from San Cristobal Island around the afternoon, and then that same day, that's when you check your equipments and then do your check dive. So here's a little tour of the ship, and this is the main cabin. And in the sleeping cabin itself, it's very spacious, and there's also a bathroom in there, and it's very comfortable. In the top deck there is a jacuzzi that is so nice because when you go diving in November, the water temperature ranges from 60 to 75 Fahrenheit. And in the back of the ship, this is where the diving deck is, and everybody will be assigned their own station. Well, let's go diving! And here's the fun part of the experience. Each dive there is a party preluding to the actual dive. There's a reason that Galapagos is at the top of the list of every divers, and here's a reason why through my highlight videos. And first one off of the list is the very playful sea lions, and I'm telling you, they just come right around you without you even expecting it, and then sometimes they might even block your way. I guess you just have to pay the toll to cross. So the next part, let's talk about the schooling of the fishes, and I did check. When it's fishes, it means a different type of fish. Alright, so the first one on the list, it's with dolphins. We were lucky to come across a big pod of dolphins, and you get to hear their sound, and it's quite amazing. And now, this next one, it is truly a dream come true for me and for a lot of the divers. It is the schooling of the hammerheads, particularly scallop hammerheads. And you know what? I don't know how to really describe it, you just have to see it. Who would have thought that by seeing the formations of the eagle rays, it is very majestic. And the reason behind it, this particular ray swims really slowly and they swim in formation, and that was incredible. And the next ones on the list, it's barracudas, but particularly pelican barracudas. They are smaller than the normal ones and they are swimming in groups, and from my research they said they can swim up to 20, but I feel like they are way more than that. And last but not least, our lovely and colorful school of snappers. This part of the video is very special because I'm focusing on the unique species only exists in Galapagos. The first one on the list is the Galapagos bullhead shark. This is the smallest sharks in Galapagos and it only exists in this area and the northern part of Peru. Second one is the Galapagos grunt. It is endemic and it mainly found around the island of Floriana. The next one on the list is this small guy, red-lipped batfish. They are known for the bright red lips. Apparently they are not good swimmers. They mainly walk on the ocean floor using their fins. And the cherry on top of all of these experiences is to see the Mola Alexandrini. And this species itself can only be found in the northern tip of the Isabella island, and the water was so cold. And if you are lucky, you will get to see the Galapagos penguin. They got adapted to the area. The very last and special one is the marine iguanas. They can only be found in the Galapagos. Males are the one who dive down to eat the algae, and most dive last about 3 minutes at lower than 5 meters. However, they can go up to 30 meters for up to 1 hour. And now I just want to show some more videos for you guys, especially a very up-close encounter. The eagle ray is very comfortable with human. They would come really close and swing by like an airplane. Alright guys, so this one my head almost exploded underwater when I got to see the orcas. It was incredible, but there's a backstory to that. So, the backstory to that, when we jumped into the water to see the orcas, we were surrounded by silky sharks everywhere and some of us got scared and it was such a mayhem. And when you are lucky, the hammerheads come really close to you and then you can get to see the bite marks on their bodies, and that is because of the male trying to hold on to them during mating. And don't skip on the small stuff. Look at this very beautiful seahorse that I was not even expected to see. And also, keep looking at some random rocks because they might not be rocks, they might just be stonefish. You can find turtles almost every dives once you're in the Galapagos, and they come really close and they are not even that scared of you. There are also other different kind of rays that you get to see in the Galapagos. These are the Mobula rays, and also I saw Cownose rays, and those are very beautiful also. And if you look through the cracks, you might just see some eels, especially moray eels, and they are not scared of you. And here's the beautiful part of experiencing a liveaboard. Not only you get to see all kinds of animals under the water, but you can also get to enjoy the environment above the water, and especially meeting other divers and apparently celebrating a birthday and just dance the night away. I do have to say that the liveaboard in the Galapagos was truly the best diving experience that I have had in my lifetime. The diving was incredible and the marine ecosystem are so rich and diverse, and I hope that these videos inspire you wanting to go explore the Galapagos Islands, and thank you so much for watching.